Hello students, how are you? I hope you all are fine. So students, welcome to the SST class. So, in my last video, we studied about the lifestyle of the early man. Also, how did he learn to make tools and to grow crops? So, let me take a feedback. First question. What kind of weapons were used by early man for hunting? Second, where did the early man live? Third, how did the early man learn to grow crops? So students, I hope you all know the answers of these questions. Now, today we will learn about that how did the early man invent wheel and how did the early man invent fire. So, open your book, page number 85. Let's start reading. A log of wood was seen rolling down the hill, and from that they realized that round objects could be rolled easily. Underline the word log and write down its meaning, a thick piece of tree. Underline the word realized and write down its meaning, thought. Now, the teacher is telling students about the invention of wheel. As early humans found it difficult to pull heavy objects, but one day they saw a log of wood was rolling down, and then they thought that it was easier to pull round objects. Let's continue reading. This led them to make wheels. 2 round logs were cut from trees and a stick was passed through them. This is how they invented a cart to carry goods. Underline the word invented and write down its meaning, discovered. After that, they discovered that logs could be cut into round-shaped discs. They made a hole in center of a round disc and passed a stick through it. This is how the first wheel was invented by early humans. They used pieces of wood and sticks to make carts. Let's read the fact now. Skin huts. Huts at Chile were made of wood covered with animal skins. They are the earliest evidence for human-made shelters in America. Chile is a country in South America where 14,000 years old huts, food scraps were found that cleared that early humans lived there 19,000 years ago. The huts were covered with animal skins to keep warm during winters. Let's continue reading. Revolutionary invention. The first wheels were made of planks of solid wood held together with cross pieces. Underline the word planks and write down its meaning, a piece of wood. They were clumsy and heavy. In time, lighter wheels were made. They had many spokes. underline the word spokes and write down its meaning, bands. So, the first wheels invented by the early man were made of wood, and wheels made by early humans were quite heavy and were difficult to make. So, later on, lighter wheels were made which were easy to carry. Also, they had many bands in them to support wheels from the center. Now, we will learn about that how did the early man invent fire. Early human rubbed two stones and saw sparks of fire. They found that dry grass could catch fire easily. So, they made fire with dry grass leaves and started cooking food. They found cooked food better than raw food. Thus, the early humans learned to use fire. Also, the fire protected them from wild animals. So, students, we have completed reading of the chapter. So, what did we learn? Early humans learned from their surroundings. They learned that round-shaped logs of wood could be used as wheels and also to make carts to pull objects. They discovered fire and found cooked food better. This is how they changed their lives slowly. And these changes continued and made modern man. So students, read this chapter again and also do the back exercises of the chapter.